Hello and welcome. Tonight, I invite you to slow down and step into a quiet place where the day has already let go. There is a small bookshop on a nearly empty street, its lights still glowing long after most doors have closed. Nothing urgent waits inside. Only soft moments, familiar routines, and a gentle reason for staying open just a little longer. Settle in, breathe easily, and let the night carry you into the story. Most nights, by this hour, the street outside my bookshop is already asleep. The cafe 2 doors down has stacked its chairs. The corner light hums softly. Even the air feels slower, as if it has decided to rest for a while. My name is Clara Hale, and I've owned this little bookshop for longer than I can easily count. Long enough that the shelves seem to recognize my footsteps. Long enough that the bell above the door no longer startles me when it rings. Tonight, though, the bell is quiet. The door is still. And yet one lamp remains on inside the shop, casting a small circle of warmth onto the window. I notice it every evening, that gentle glow. Not bright, not calling for attention, just steady, patient. It settles into the glass and spills a little onto the pavement outside, like a quiet thought that wandered too far. I had meant to turn it off. I always do eventually, but for now it stays where it is, lighting the front table with the new arrivals and the old wooden counter where my hands rest as I pause between small tasks. The shop feels comfortable like this, lived in, calm. The floorboards make their familiar sounds beneath me as I move, soft creaks that have nothing urgent to say. The air smells faintly of paper and dust and the tea I brewed earlier, now cooling beside the register. Somewhere deeper in the shop, a book shifts slightly, settling back into place as if even it is finding a better way to rest. Outside, a car passes slowly, its sound fading almost as soon as it arrives. Then quiet returns. The kind of quiet that doesn't ask for anything, it simply stays. I glance at the clock without really reading it. Time feels less important at night. It stretches gently like it knows there's no rush. My hands smooth the edge of a stack of books. I straighten a bookmark that doesn't need straightening. Familiar motions, repeated every evening, comforting in their sameness. The lamp continues to glow, not because it must, not because anyone is expected. It's just there, filling the shop with a soft sense of presence, as if the space itself prefers not to go dark all at once. I take a slow breath and let the stillness settle around me. There is no hurry to leave, no reason to rush the closing of the day, just the quiet shop, the warm light, and the gentle feeling that the night is only beginning to unfold. Once the street settles into its quiet, I begin the small rituals that gently close the day. I've done them so many times that my body remembers the order without being asked. One shelf, then the next. A book nudged back into line. Another turned just enough so its spine can breathe again. My hands move slowly, without purpose, beyond care. I straighten a stack near the window, smoothing the top book as if it might enjoy the attention. Some of these volumes have been here for years. They don't mind waiting. Neither do I. Behind the counter, I wipe the wood in long, even strokes. The surface has grown smooth over time, worn down by elbows, receipts, quiet conversations. It carries the faint scent of polish and old paper. The cloth moves back and forth, until the motion becomes almost like breathing. I set the kettle on for one last cup of tea, not because I need it, but because it belongs to this part of the evening. The soft sound of warming water fills the shop without disturbing it. When the steam begins to rise, it brings a familiar comfort, wrapping itself gently around the room. I choose the same mug I always do. Its handle fits my hand just right. The tea leaves settle slowly, releasing their warmth. I wait a moment before lifting the cup, letting the heat reach my palms first. There's no reason to hurry. Around me, the shop responds to the slowing pace. The shelves stand quietly, the lamp keeps its steady glow, the clock continues its soft ticking, marking time without insistence. I take a sip, then another, and let the routine carry me. Each movement feels like a small promise kept. The night deepens, and the bookshop, calm and familiar, begins to feel like its own quiet world, ready to be noticed in gentler ways. After hours, the bookshop changes its voice. It no longer speaks in greetings or questions or the soft thud of books being set on the counter. Instead, it settles into smaller sounds, ones you have to be willing to notice. The floorboards creak as I walk the narrow aisle near the history shelves. They always creak in the same places. I step there anyway. It feels like a familiar conversation, one we've been having for years. The shop responds, and I listen. A page stirs somewhere behind me, just a faint rustle caused by air shifting as the kettle cools or the door frame adjusts to the night. It's the kind of sound that doesn't interrupt anything. It simply reminds me that the space is still awake in its own quiet way. The smell of old paper deepens as the evening stretches on. It's warm and dry, mixed with a trace of ink and wood. It has nothing sharp or surprising in it, just layers of time. Some nights I pause and breathe it in, letting it settle the way a memory does. I move without purpose now, not arranging or correcting, just passing between shelves, fingertips brushing spines as I go. Cloth-bound covers, soft paperbacks, corners worn smooth by other hands long gone. The shop holds them all patiently. When I stop, the quiet meets me right where I am, not empty, not heavy, just present. It feels less like a place I work in and more like a companion keeping me company through the night. I rest there for a moment, listening to the gentle stillness, allowing the shop to be exactly what it is after hours. And in that calm, shared silence, the evening continues, slowly opening itself to whatever small moments may arrive. I'm just reaching for the light near the door when the bell sounds. Not loud, not sudden, just a soft, familiar note that drifts through the shop and settles gently into the quiet. I turn without surprise. There's a man standing just inside, his coat still holding a bit of the night air. He looks around the way people do when they're not in a hurry, letting the room speak first. I recognize him. Not by name, but by habit. He comes in every few weeks, always near closing, always calm. He offers a small apology for the hour, though there's no need for one. I tell him he has time. He nods, grateful, and moves toward the shelves with easy steps, as if he already knows where he's going. He stops in front of the travel section and reaches for a worn paperback. I've seen that book pass through many hands. Its cover is creased, the pages soft from use. He smiles when he opens it, as though it's greeting him back. We exchange a few quiet words, nothing important, just shared recognition. He tells me he rereads the same chapters whenever he can't sleep. I tell him that seems like a good reason to keep a book close. He agrees. The shop feels fuller with him there, though he hardly makes a sound. His presence doesn't disturb the stillness. It settles into it, like another chair drawn up beside the quiet. When he's ready, he brings the book to the counter. I ring it up slowly. He thanks me again, not just for the book, but for staying open. I nod, though I don't explain. There's nothing to explain. The bell sounds once more as he leaves, and the shop gently exhales. The quiet returns, slightly changed, as if it's made room for something small and human, and is content to keep going at the same unhurried pace. After the door closes again, I expect the night to settle back into its quiet, and for a while it does. The lamp hums softly, the clock continues its slow work. I sip my tea and let the warmth stay with me. Then, not long after, the bell sounds once more. This time, it's a woman from the building across the street. She works late, I know that much. She comes in with the careful calm of someone who has already finished a long day. She doesn't browse. She goes straight to the poetry shelf and selects a thin book with a blue cover. She tells me she likes to read a single poem before sleep, just one, no more than that. I tell her that seems like enough. She smiles, pays, and leaves quietly, as if she doesn't want to disturb the night any more than necessary. Later, there is another visitor, a young man who says he missed his bus and didn't feel like waiting outside. He wanders the shop slowly, hands in his pockets, stopping here and there without choosing anything at all. He thanks me for the warmth. I tell him he's welcome to it. After a few minutes, he steps back into the street, carrying nothing with him but the pause. Each time the door opens and closes, the quiet changes slightly, not broken, just reshaped. The shop holds these moments easily, without comment or expectation. I notice how natural it feels to remain here, greeting people without needing to know them well, just enough, just for a moment. The night continues to move gently forward, and I stay with it, attentive in a quiet way, aware of small things, and in no hurry to ask why this evening feels different from the rest. After the door closes again, I expect the night to settle back into its quiet, and for a while it does. The lamp hums softly, the clock continues its slow work. I sip my tea and let the warmth stay with me. Then, not long after, the bell sounds once more. This time, it's a woman from the building across the street. She works late, I know that much. She comes in with the careful calm of someone who has already finished a long day. She doesn't browse. She goes straight to the poetry shelf and selects a thin book with a blue cover. She tells me she likes to read a single poem before sleep, just one, no more than that. I tell her that seems like enough. She smiles, pays, and leaves quietly, as if she doesn't want to disturb the night any more than necessary. Later, there is another visitor, a young man who says he missed his bus and didn't feel like waiting outside. He wanders the shop slowly, hands in his pockets, stopping here and there without choosing anything at all. He thanks me for the warmth. I tell him he's welcome to it. After a few minutes, he steps back into the street, carrying nothing with him but the pause. Each time the door opens and closes, the quiet changes slightly, not broken, just reshaped. The shop holds these moments easily, without comment or expectation. I notice how natural it feels to remain here, greeting people without needing to know them well, just enough, just for a moment. The night continues to move gently forward, and I stay with it, attentive in a quiet way, aware of small things, and in no hurry to ask why this evening feels different from the rest. At some point, without any clear moment marking it, I notice the clock has moved past its usual place. The hands have drifted beyond closing time, resting there quietly, as if they've decided not to make a fuss about it. I look at the door. The lock is still open, the sign still faces outward. I consider standing up, crossing the room, turning the key. The thought passes through me gently, then settles somewhere else. There's no reason for the door to stay open, and yet there's no reason to close it just yet either. The night feels untroubled by the choice, so I remain where I am. The lamp continues its steady glow, warming the front of the shop. Outside, the street is calm. No footsteps hurry past, no voices rise or fall. It feels like the world has agreed to pause for a little while. I take another sip of tea. It is cooled, but it's still comforting. The taste is familiar, grounding. I set the mug down and rest my hands on the counter, feeling the smooth wood beneath my palms. There's a subtle sense of difference in the air. Nothing dramatic, just a quiet awareness that this evening isn't following its usual shape. I don't question it. I've learned that some nights don't ask to be understood right away. So I stay still, listening to the soft sounds of the shop, allowing the door to remain as it is. The shelves stand patiently, the clock keeps its gentle time, and somewhere within that calm, the night continues to unfold, offering space for reflection without asking for answers. With no one in the shop for a while, I wander back toward the shelves, moving slowly without a destination in mind. The aisles feel narrower at night, not cramped, just closer, as if the books have leaned in slightly, content to share the quiet. I pause beside the fiction section and let my fingers trail along the spines. Some titles I know by heart, others I only remember by who once carried them out the door. A woman who came every Tuesday for a year, always looking for something gentle. A man who bought history books and stayed to talk longer than he needed to. Their faces return softly without asking anything of me. This shop has held many evenings like this. Different nights, different seasons, the same calm rhythm. People have stepped inside for all sorts of reasons, to wait, to think, to find something to take home with them. Most never said much about it, but the shelves listened all the same. I stop near the back where the older books live, the ones with softened corners and pages that open easily, as if they've learned how to welcome being read again. The air here feels settled, comfortable, like it knows it belongs. There's a comfort in remembering how quietly this place has been part of so many lives, not as something important or grand, just steady, available, a place to pause. The thought drifts through me without needing an answer. I don't linger on it. I simply remain among the shelves, breathing in the familiar scent, letting the stillness keep me company, and allowing the night to continue at its own gentle pace. As the minutes pass, I become aware of something small. Not a sound, not a movement, just the absence of one. There is usually someone who stops by on nights like this. Not every night, just often enough that I've come to expect the quiet rhythm of his visit. He never arrives early, never late enough to hurry. He steps in, nods once, and drifts toward the same shelf without saying much at all. I glance toward the door without meaning to. It remains still. The lamp continues to glow in the window, unchanged. The clock moves forward with its patient ticking, unconcerned. I think of the chair near the corner table where he usually pauses. It sits empty, holding its shape. There's no disappointment in the thought, just noticing, like realizing a familiar sound hasn't happened yet. Some evenings, people don't arrive as expected. Life takes its own turns, quiet and unseen. I've learned not to weigh those moments down with questions, so I return my attention to the shop as it is. The shelves remain steady, the air stays warm, the night holds its calm. Somewhere within that stillness, the sense of waiting softens, becoming less about absence and more about presence as the evening continues to rest gently in its own time. It's the bell that brings the thought back to me. Not sharp, not hurried, just the same soft sound it's always made, drifting gently through the shop like a familiar voice. He steps inside with the same quiet ease I remember. His coat is buttoned carefully, his movements unhurried. He looks a little older than when I first knew him, though perhaps that's only time doing what it does to all of us. He meets my eyes and nods once, the way he always has. I realized then why the door stayed open, not as a decision, but as a habit shaped long ago. Years back, on evenings when the days grew shorter and the light faded early, he began stopping by after his walk. His wife used to love this shop. They would come together, choosing books they never finished, lingering longer than they planned. After she was gone, he came alone. Never stayed long, never said much. Tonight is one of those nights. The date rests quietly in the back of my mind. No need to name it. The shop remembers. He moves toward the familiar shelf and picks up the same book he always does. He doesn't buy it, he never has. He just holds it for a moment, fingers resting on the worn cover, as if greeting an old friend. I pour him a cup of tea without asking. He thanks me softly. We sit in the shared quiet, not filling it with words. There is comfort in that, in knowing when silence is enough. And as he stands there, present and unhurried, I understand that some doors remain open, not because they must, but because once, long ago, someone needed them to be. After a while, the moment arrives on its own, not announced, not rushed, the kind of moment that feels ready simply because it is. I walk to the door and turn the lock with a slow, familiar motion. The sound is soft and final in a gentle way. Outside, the street remains quiet, unchanged by the choice. The night accepts it easily. Inside, I dim the lamp near the window, leaving just enough light to soften the corners of the room. Shadows settle where they belong. The shelves seem to relax, their work for the day complete. I rinse the mug and set it upside down on the cloth. The counter is wiped once more, not because it needs it, but because this is how the evening ends. My movements are unhurried. There is nothing left undone. The shop feels complete now, not empty, not closed off, just resting. The air is still warm. The familiar scent of books lingers, steady and calm. I pause in the center of the room and take a quiet breath. There is no sense of leaving something behind, only the comfort of knowing that everything has found its place. With the lights low and the door secure, I allow the bookshop to sleep. And as I turn toward the night, the calm of the evening follows gently with me, ready to settle into whatever comes next. As I step away from the shop, the night feels kind, not silent, just gentle. The air carries the quiet weight of a day fully lived, now ready to be set down. I think about how some routines stay with us, not because we plan them, but because they become part of who we are. Turning a key, dimming a light, leaving a door open when it matters. These small acts hold more than they seem to. Places do that too. They gather moments without asking for attention. They remember for us. Long after voices fade, the warmth remains, settled into wood and paper and space. There is comfort in knowing that nothing needs to be added to this night. It is complete as it is. The shop will be there in the morning, patient and unchanged, ready for another day of quiet work. For now, there is only stillness, the kind that invites rest rather than demands it, the kind that allows the mind to loosen its grip and the body to soften. And as the night continues on its calm path, there is a simple reassurance in knowing that for this moment, everything is where it belongs.